welcome back to another FLEXFORM session. Today we were going to be working a lot on our hip mobility, getting our hips nice and mobile, especially if you're quite stiff here and you need an extra range of movement. This would be great. We're going to start by waking up the body. I'm going to be throwing my arms down, and then I'm going to be crossing my body, opening my arms, and then throwing them up, throwing down. So cross, open, up, cross, open, up, down, cross, open, up, cross, open. Amazing. You might feel some crackings through your chest or your back, but just keep it nice and gentle and have a flow between chest opening and shoulders. Amazing, and last one. Good. Amazing. Should just bring a little bit of life back to our body if we just woke up. Okay, now moving into our legs and our neck. So I'm going to just start by pressing into my feet. So trying to push my heel right up. So I'm putting the weight onto my toes, one at a time. Good, really feeling the stretch underneath the ball of your foot and up your sole. Amazing, let's separate our feet. Just roll our neck a few times from each direction. Good, change sides, side, back. Beautiful. All right, let's start activating our hips. So I'm going to start by doing some assisted marching. So we're pulling our knee up into our chest, using our hands to interlace around our kneecap, and then pulling our knee up as high as possible. So this should feel like a slight stretch in your bottom hip, but also really trying to push up and restrict your hip flexor as much as possible. We release and we do the other leg. Okay, so you see here, I'm pulling it up as high as I can, release, and the other one. Good, so we're just alternating between each one. Good, as you pull your knee towards your chest, you can push your hips forward slightly. Good. Let's do 3 more. And 2. And 1. Nice, guys. Good. All right, back with our first knee that we're using. Mine is the right. Try to pick one leg to do first because we're doing a lot of sequences using one leg and then the other. So let's start on our right leg each time. I'm going to lift it up into my chest and use my right hand to grab the inside of my ankle. My other arm is going to go directly in front. I'm going to open my arm and my hip at the same time. So I'm using my elbow to really open my hip, and while my arm opens my shoulder. Okay, back in, and good. Let's do 10, 3, and 4, balance, and 5, good, and 6, and 7, 8, and 9, amazing, and 10. Great, let's bring our knee back in front. You can relax if your bottom foot is firing up, okay? We're gonna bring our right knee back into our chest, holding underneath our knee. All right, let's start by moving our ankle. Good. So 5 one way, change direction, 5 the other way. Good, you should feel your bottom leg getting all warm. Amazing. Okay, now either choose to flex or point your foot, just something so it's active. I'm going to choose a flex. I'm going from this position to a straight leg. Okay, so bend and straight. Good, let's do 10. 3, and 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9. Good, let's hold 10. Remove our hands. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Amazing release. If you're anything like me, you can feel all of this tension in your balancing leg. So give it a shake out. All right, let's go to the other leg. So we're starting with our knee into our chest, using your hands on the back of your kneecap. pulling your hip as high as possible. Now my left hand will reach on the inside of my leg and grab the inside of my ankle. Right hand extend in front, okay? Using the contact of my elbow to my inner thigh. As I open, I push my hip, okay? And then close. Let's do 10, 2, and 3. Good, and 4, 5, 6, and 7. Try to open your chest as much as possible. 8, good, 9, and 10. Amazing, let's release our leg. You can shake out your supporting leg. Beautiful, coming back to our left leg up. Start by moving our ankle, 5 in each direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Amazing, hands behind the back of our hamstring. Okay, whoop. Flex or point your foot, you choose a position. Going to straighten our leg and bring it in for 10. So 1, and 2, 3. Your bottom leg should be getting warm. 4, and 5, 6, 7, and 8, 9, 10. Hold, release your arms. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, good. And shake out both of your legs. All right, let's move on. So our legs are starting to get warm. It's all been very assisted because we're using our hands, but we're starting to feel sort of this warmth come from our feet up into our hips. So now we're gonna think mainly about warming up our legs. So I'm gonna stand at the end of my mat, facing the front. So facing the end, with my feet and my knees connected, I'm gonna sit down as low as I can and raise my arms above my head. Okay, so this position, wherever my hips are, I want them to stay in that level for the whole duration of this exercise, okay? So I'm staying here. I'm gonna extend my right leg, start with our right, back into a lunge. From here, my weight will shift back as I try to have equal weight between my front and back foot. From this position, my back foot is gonna rotate onto my heel, yeah? And I'm rotating my hips to the side. Good. From here, it's still active, but I can feel a bit of opening through my hips. Now I'm gonna shift my weight into my other leg. Good. Now rotate to the front side of my mat, back onto my toe. My weight is between my front and back foot. Now shift my weight into my front toes, bring my leg together. I'm still in this deep squat, and then I can stand up and release my arms. Okay, so we're gonna repeat this exercise 5 times. Arms up, sitting down as low as we can. This time I'll take my left leg, stepping it back. Okay, shift my weight so it's even between each foot. Rotate my back leg onto my heel, opening my hips. Shift my weight into the other foot. Now rotate again to the front of my mat. Shift my weight forward, step together, and then lift, drop my arms. Okay, again, arms up, down into your squat. Right leg this time, stepping back, shift your weight, open our hip, shift to the other side, close your hip, weight forward, step together, up and release. You should start feeling it in your shoulders too. Arms up, come down, left leg, stepping back, rotate around, change sides, staying at that one level, rotate again, stepping in front, lifting up, releasing your arms. Good, and again, up and down. Leg goes back, rotating around, change sides, rotate again, leaning forward, step together, up and release. Cool, we're on to number 3. Arms up, sitting down, left leg, good, rotate, change sides, rotate, step forward, stand and release your arms. Good, and up, down, right leg, stepping back, rotate, change sides, rotate, forward, straight legs, release your arms. Now 4. Arms up, bending down, left leg, good, rotate, change, rotate, forward, up, release your arms, and up, right leg, rotate, change, rotate, forward, standing up, release your arms, last one, I'm getting tired, whew. Arms up, squat, left leg, rotate, change legs, rotate, lean forward, stand, release arms. Last one, right leg up and down, right leg back, rotate, change direction, rotate, lean forward, up, release your arms. It's really hard to talk while I do that. I'm sorry for the breathing in the mic, guys, but it's good. So now my legs are warm, my shoulders are warm, it's all happening. Right, let's come onto the mat. Give me a second to breathe. We're gonna get more into hip mobility. So sitting in this sort of butterfly position, but we're going to extend one leg out to the side. Good, if you can, toes facing up. This foot in front of me, I don't want it all the way in towards my pelvis. I kind of want it just half a foot out in front of me. Yeah, if I can, I'm pushing this knee down as much as possible, but keeping this foot nice and comfortable on the mat. So this is where we're gonna start. We're gonna go through position leaning forward. So using our hands, we can lean forward in front of us this way. Yeah, but keeping this foot facing up. Then I'm gonna bring my chest up. My knee will now go up and over, keeping my foot where it is. Connect with the other knee. Try to connect my glutes to the mat. And then lean forward this way. This is a bit of a sticky position. Now I lift back up, I open my knee again, and I lean forward. Good. Close my knee, connect my knees together, try to sit my glute on the mat, and leaning forward. Good, opening, and in front. Beautiful. Closing my knee, sit my glute down. This is a bit of a nerve stretch, so down the side of my right leg, I feel a bit of a nerve stretching, and up. Good, let's do 2 more. Beautiful, just to loosen up the hips, okay? Bring our feet back together. I'm going to extend my opposite leg this time. Try to set the exact same position. My foot is a half foot away from my pelvis. I'm trying to push my knee down. This toe is facing up, okay? As I lean forward, I'm aiming to get my chest towards my foot. So I'm going to lean in front, keep my glutes on the mat. Good, sit up, move my knee, connect my knees together, try to sit my glute down, leaning forward. Good, open, hand in front. Good, and we're going to do 4 more. And 3. 2. Lovely. One, forward, close our knees, and lean in front. Amazing. So that's nothing too crazy. It's nothing very active or loaded. It's more just to get our hips moving within our hip joint. So there's a little bit of lubrication of the joint before we start using any active mobility. So now going into active mobility, I'm gonna sit in a bit of a Z shape. So this leg will kind of come in front of me, like parallel. The other one is going to go straight behind. The goal here is to sit up as tall as possible, trying not to lean too far onto the side. So I'm in this nice little zigzag in my legs. I'm using my hands on one side of my knee and my foot to stabilize my body. Now keeping my leg parallel to the floor, I'm going to try to use the internal side of my hip flexor to lift my leg up and then release it, okay? So I'm lifting it up and release. Even if it only goes a millimeter off the ground, that's great. You should feel it coming right deep from your internal hip flexor. Good. Lifting. Let's do 10. And 3, 4. Good. And 5, 6, 7, and 8, 9, and 10. Amazing, it should be a bit warm. I'm gonna rotate just so you can see me more. So I'm in the same position, this time working the back knee. I'm gonna be lifting my foot up. So I can use my hands to stabilize. This will turn my hip towards the mat. So I'm gonna try to lift my foot to face up. You can see my hips rotating down and then release it, okay? So I'm really trying to activate the side of my leg and my glute to twist my foot up. I'm flexing my foot just so my whole leg is active. And down. Let's do 10. So 3, and 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great. A little bit sticky. Okay, going back to our front leg. We're gonna level up this movement now, doing the same thing where we lift our leg, but then I'm going to try to straighten my leg. So this exercise is very similar to the first one, except we're gonna lift our leg parallel to the floor, extend and release, and then lift and bring it back again. Okay, so we're using that active strengthening of our internal hip flexor, but then we're also moving it and bringing it back. Okay, let's just do 5. These are a bit more challenging. Hand on side of foot and knee. I'm gonna lift my leg parallel to the floor, extend, release, lift, bend, release. Okay, so lift, extend, release, lift, bend, release. That's 2. And lift, extend, release, lift, bend, release. Good. 3. Amazing. And 4. Lovely. Last one. Amazing, great. All right, back to our back leg. Instead of lifting our foot, we're now gonna lift our knee. So plant your foot where it is, lean your weight slightly forward over your front leg. We're going to engage the side of our leg and our glute to lift our knee off of the floor and open our hip, and then release. Okay, so I'm trying to open as much as I can using my glute to pull that knee up and release it. Okay, let's do 10. So 1, and release, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, and 8. Great, 9, really squeeze your glute, and 10. Cool, all right, let's reverse everything on the other side so we can move our legs over and go to the other direction, okay? So set up your zigzag Z-shaped position. Start with our front leg being parallel to the mat, hands on either side, nice straight spine, lifting our leg directly up and down, okay? So lifting up for 1, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 9, and 10. Amazing. Back foot will lift, so flex foot. 1, good, rolling your hip towards the mat. 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, and 9, and 10. Amazing. Back to our front leg. This is our lift, extend, relax, and then lift, bend, relax. Doing 5. Okay, lift, extend, relax, lift, bend, relax. Good. And 2. Amazing. 3. And 4. And 5. Amazing. If you get any cramps, just have a little break, give yourself a little massage, and it should go away. Okay, last one on our back knee. This is where we're opening our knee up using the side of our quad and our glute to hold our knee open. Okay, shift your weight slightly forward. Let's open our knee and close for 10. Okay, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 9 and 10. Amazing, good. Cool. Okay, let's massage our hips out a little bit just to relax them again. So coming back onto your glutes, I'm gonna open my feet just wider than my hips, have my hands behind me for support, and I'm just rocking my knees from side to side, trying to get both knees to connect with the ground. So pushing specifically this internal knee, internally rotate down towards the ground. You should feel it either stretching into your hip. Good. And let's just rock from side to side. Try to release any tension. Good, and breathing nice and deep. Two. Good, and 1. Amazing. Cool. So let's all stand up. We're now moving from our hip mobility into some more active stretching. So we're gonna all meet in like a sumo squat position. We're going to have our toes angled out as far as possible, but also our knees need to be in that same line as our toes. So this rotation is coming from the hip down to the knees and past the toes. Okay, we're gonna keep our body up as tall as possible and do some manipulation of our pelvis, because when our pelvis is positioned in different positions, it stretches a slightly different part of our hip. So I'm gonna start by rotating my pelvis back or sticking my bum out. I don't want my knees to fall forward though. I want everything to stay rotated out to the side, but my pelvis is back. I'm now gonna take my weight all the way down with my bum sticking out as far as I can. Try to find your deepest range here, okay? And now I'm gonna tuck my pelvis under, flatten my lower back, and then squeeze my glutes to pull myself all the way up. Okay, so we're gonna repeat this motion. Having our pelvis back gives us a deeper range of movement all the way down, stretching in our internal hip flexors, tuck our pelvis under, squeeze our glutes and lift up. Good, let's do 3 more. So back, down, pelvis under, squeeze glutes up. Good, back, down, squeeze glutes, and up. Back, down, front, up. Last one, back, down, front, up. We're gonna reverse. So my pelvis stays tucked. My knees are going to the side, my body is tall. So down, as deep as I can. It's a bit more restricted now because my pelvis is active and under. Good, now turn my pelvis back. I deepen the squat, and now I lift up by using my hamstrings. Good, pelvis under, down, pelvis back, up. Good, under, down, back, up. 2 more, under, down, back, up, under, down, back, up. Beautiful. Okay, keeping our legs where they are. I'm now gonna reach in front of me. If you're feeling some restriction, you can lean forward on a chair or the couch or a cushion, anything that can support your hands, okay? I'm gonna roll all the way down to touch my fingertips on the mat. My knees and my feet are still rotated outwards, okay? I'm going to be bending into this squat position, my pelvis tilted back as deep as I can squat. Nice. Now my chest is gonna come low and then extending through my legs. Good, bending my knees, lift my body up, pushing my hips down as much as I can. Good, chest down, legs up. Let's do 3 more. So legs down, chest up. Chest down, legs extend. Good, and down, lift chest up. Chest down, legs extend. Lovely, last one. Legs down, chest up. Chest down, legs extend. Good, now we can rotate our feet and our knees back forward. Good, let's bend our knees. And then as we straighten, slowly rolling up through our spine. Try to gauge how your hips are feeling right now. We've externally rotated them, but we're doing a lot of active movements. So your muscles should feel quite warm, but still stretched, okay? Now we're gonna come to the wall to do a different exercise. So find yourself a nice safe space around you where you have access to a wall. Okay, so depending on your hamstring flexibility, you can choose either like the couch, a chair, or your foot on the wall. I want our distance from the wall or from the chair to be the length of our leg, so all of our weight is in our supporting leg. So my right leg will go up onto the wall or chair or couch, but my toes and my knee are going to be facing up. I want now my hips to face forward. So if this is really difficult, maybe lower your foot or put it on an alternative surface. So there's two different exercises we will do. I'm going to start by leaning forward, reaching for the ground. Once again, if it's too far away, you can use something to support your hands. In this position, I'm going to bend my base leg, so I'm bending it. And then this takes the stretch into all down the side of my inner thigh, okay? Because I'm bending, my toes are up. Great, now I'm gonna straighten my leg. I'm gonna lift my body up. And now I'm gonna bend this knee and push towards the wall. Now this will elongate down my other leg, okay? Good, straighten my leg, lean in front, bend my base leg as far as I can, trying to push my weight against the wall. Straighten my leg, lift up. Now bending this leg, pushing my weight against the wall again. Okay, so it's stretching down here. Good. Let's do 3 more. In front, bend your base leg, but push your weight towards the wall. Good, and lifting up, bend this way. And 2. Lifting up, bend. Good. Last one. Bending this leg, straight up, lifting up, bending your leg against the wall and push against the wall to just feel that stretch all down your leg. Amazing. Okay, let's turn around and do the other leg. My left leg will go up onto the wall, toes and knee facing up, but my hips facing forward. Okay, all of my weight is in this supporting leg. Let's start by leaning in front. Let's bend our base leg and push our hips towards the wall. Now extend our leg, lift our body, bend our knee that's on the wall, our left knee, and push against the wall this way. Let's repeat 4 more times. In front, bend our base leg, deep as you can, extend, lifting up, and then body towards the wall, bending our left knee. Good. In front, bending our leg, extend, lifting up, and to the wall. Lovely, in front, bending our knee, lifting up, and bending towards the wall. Beautiful, this is our last one, so go as deep as possible, leaning forward, bending our base leg as far as you can, and pushing your hips towards the wall, extending up, and now bending our left knee, pushing all of our body weight into the wall. Amazing, good. Let's come away. Great, so all the last stretches we've been doing have been quite active because we've been moving throughout the stretches. So for the last few minutes of this lesson, we will do our passive stretching. So our body's now in a bit of a safe space where it feels strong and it feels ready to relax rather than trying to stretch on a cold body. Okay, let's open out into our straddle. As wide as you want to, or as close as you do, whatever feels like it's just stretching a slight bit, but you're also comfortable just to sit here, okay? I'm going to try to keep my knees facing up. So with the forward fold, the goal is to get your stomach to go more towards the ground rather than your hands, your chest, or your shoulders. That would promote a round spine, and it's also tucking my pelvis under. So try to elongate up and get your stomach to press more down towards the mat. So I'm actively pulling my knees back. Okay, I'm gonna reach my arms in front as far as I can. It doesn't matter if you're up here or flat to the ground. Try to open your stomach so you've got a nice surface area to sort of lean your stomach towards the ground and pull your knees backwards, okay? So they're really squeezing, I'm squeezing my feet just to have extra tension through my legs. Okay, I'm gonna lean down as far as possible. So try to open my chest, open my stomach towards the ground. Reach a little bit further. Good, now relax my head and my shoulders. Try to open my knees. And let's take 5 deep breaths. Beautiful, let's slowly walk up. Bring our legs back together. Give them a little hug. Okay, this next exercise is kind of the final boss. We're gonna go into almost like a middle split position, but into like a froggy shape. But if you have a surface that you can slide with, so something on your knees, or like you can use the blanket or the pillow, whatever, just so we can have some sliding movement of our legs. I'm gonna open my knees on either side of my mat. Good, and try to slide them down. So I don't want my toes to be touching, I want them more parallel with my knees, and then I need my hips in between my knees. So from this position, I have my weight into my hands, okay? I'm gonna do a little bit of a movement, so I'm gonna push my hips back, good, and then I'm gonna push my hips in front, keeping my legs where they are. Go back and forward. Good, 3 more. 3, in front, and 2, front, and 1. Amazing, great. Now allow your knees to slide apart if possible, going down onto your elbows. Once again, relax your head and shoulders, okay? I'm gonna try to lift my feet one at a time. So I'll start with my right leg. I'm gonna try to lift my foot off the ground, and then release. And then my left foot, and release. Good, let's do again. 2, and 3, 4, and 5. Good, great. So it doesn't matter how tight or close your knees are together, you can still do very similar movements up here and super low. Okay, so the next one on our knees, we're trying to relax our hips and our glutes, so our legs are just slowly and gently opening. Okay, I'm now gonna take my body to the right side, so I'm gonna walk with my elbows and try to crunch in towards my right knee. Take 5 deep breaths. Amazing, let's go to the other side. Back to the middle, walk towards the left. Good. If you can, slide your knees further apart, and 5 deep breaths. Amazing, good. Let's bring our body back to the middle, up onto our hands. Slowly bring your knees back together. Good. They might feel quite tender. Let's connect our knees in the center, arms in front. We're gonna massage our hips out by rocking our hips from side to side. Amazing, guys. So thank you for being here today. I hope you feel a lot more loose in your hips now, especially if you have a lot of tightness from sitting a lot, or just hamstring restrictions or any sort of pain in your hips. This exercise, if you could repeat multiple times, you'd feel super free and also have really strong and healthy range of movement and mobility. Take a moment just to relax and let your body kind of regroup itself. If you need to lay, please do so, but otherwise, thank you for joining.